Mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, sisters and brothers, friends for life, won't live in the past. All I wanna do now is making it last.
How can laughter enhance relationships? Welcome to Making It Last podcast. I'm your host, Noreen Daly, and with me is somebody who I believe can speak about this topic because he is, I'm going to say he's a jovial person, and I believe he is well equipped to speak on this issue. Welcome, Garfield.
My pleasure.
Okay. This is Garfield Forbes. Now, Garfield, how can laughter enhance relationships? Bearing in mind that I know that you've been married for a very long time. And given what I know about you, with your personality, I am sure in some way laughter has helped. Talk to me.
Well, I hope it's not confined to marriage relationship.
Of course not.
Right. Laughter enhance relationship. Nobody wants a grouch around them. Because when you're grouchy, you just make everybody else around you grouchy and miserable. But if there's somebody in that group that can spark a laughter, it make a world of difference. Whether at the home or in the workplace. And if you're the only person who can spark that laughter in the workplace or in the home, when you're not there, it's a totally different environment. Everybody just feels sad. You know, it's like you're the life of the party. And if you're going out on a trip, and our trip is called and you're not going to be there as the joker in the pack, then half of the bus won't be going because, you know, they want somebody who will make them happy and who will make them laugh. That's how I see it.
Okay. What has your experience been like, though? And let's just take it in different categories or different segments, so to speak, of your life. In terms of work, when you're zeroing in on work, how do you think how you are and how you sometimes end up being the life of the party? How has that worked for you at work?
How has it helped me at work? It has helped me at work because where I work, they call it, well, it's called the press. And when you mention press, there is stress. And if in that work environment, if you can't laugh, then heaven help you because customers bring stress, other workers bring stress. And if you can't laugh, then you won't survive, especially in my field of work, graphic design. When you have to be changing this and changing that and thinking this and thinking that, you just have to find something to relieve the stress. Not that you can manufacture it, but it comes naturally, really.
Okay.
Find something to laugh about. Just be happy about it. It changes your whole perspective on a job that would be, people ask how you do it, how you manage. But if you can find it and make it fun.
Okay. At church?
At church, church people can stress you out too. Church people can stress you out too, but just find something to be happy about. Be happy.
And at home?
At home. Home can be stressful. And as a matter of fact, home is where most of the stress is. Bills to pay. You want to sleep. Children don't decide that they want to sleep. And keep you awake. And, you know, things won't always go the right way. You might not get your favorite meal that you wanted. You might not see the house as tidy as you might have wanted. And everybody around you just grouchy and that sort of thing. And where do you fit in all of this? Are you going to add to it by coming in with your grouchy self and be miserable? You're just adding fuel to fire. So have a predisposition to laugh and you will see things from a different perspective.
What about somebody listening now who's saying that, but then if it is that you find a way to laugh so much at different things, it almost, to them, it might seem as if you're trivializing serious issues.
Yeah, you can be taken to the other extreme. You know, you can be laughing about serious matters, and but there's a time for everything. A time to be serious and a time to laugh. But the times for laughter the times for being grouchy and serious must not outweigh the times for laughter. You must find a balance. Find a balance. Try to balance the things.
Okay. Somebody's saying, but I don't see myself as a jovial person or somebody who can even make other people laugh. What then is your response to somebody like that?
To me, it's a mindset. And once you set yourself that way, you're going to be that way. Yeah, some people just stiff. I remember one particular experience. I was in a business place one time, and a lady of unsound mind was in the business place. And somebody walked in, and the lady of unsound mind said to him, "Hi, nice man," or something of the sort. And it's like he brushed her aside. But what she said, what she said after that, if I was in that man's place, I would have much preferred had I said hi and just be nice to her. It wasn't very complimentary at all, but he could have avoided all of that had he just seen the lighter side of it. I can't say what she said to him, but
it's not fit for airplay, I'm guessing.
Suffice it to say, it made me laugh. And when I laughed at that situation of what her response was, somebody beside me said, "What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about? You don't see the lady so on side 9 in there," and started to chastise me for laughing. I said, "Stop being judgmental. You don't know why I laughed. Why? I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. But I know why I laughed, because I laughed because of what the lady said to him. I'm not laughing at the lady. I would not be laughing at the person of unsound mind, but I laughed at the whole situation. I mean, had the gentleman responded, you get a compliment. Hi, nice man. But because it's coming from what you call him, I don't want to say mad woman, but from a lady of unsound mind, you think that, who is she to be giving me a compliment? That sort of thing. So, in that situation, don't be so stiff that you can't respond by saying hi. Who knows, that could have helped in the healing process. Okay.
As somebody who is still hoping that I'll be married, how long have you been married?
Oh, Lord, how long now? Over 30 years.
Over
30
Over 30 years. Yes. What role has laughter played in your relationship? Because people's marriages, well, these days aren't lasting that long. So I'm sure in some way, laughter has played a role. What role, if any,
Let me say
has
the answer
laughter
that
played?
Laughter is not something that you can manufacture. It's not something that you can go to the shop and buy a tin of laughter and say, well. But try to create the environment.
Okay.
For example, you know that money runs things. And you know that your wife is miserable or your husband is miserable when there's no money. And you know it's going to be a problem when there is no money. So what are you going to do? Instead of lazing about, get up early and get some work done so you can earn some money. Yeah. So you mitigate that. You eliminate that thing that is going to cause grouchiness and miserableness. And then you'll be happy. Yeah. So create the environment that will foster laughter. But on the other hand, if there's no money, what are you going to do? Balling won't help. But find the energy and make it happen. That's all I say.
Yeah. You it's about twice in the conversation now you have said it's not something you can manufacture.
It's not something that you manufacture. It comes from inner peace. And as I said, you have to create the environment. Okay. You have to make the space so that laughter can come in.
You said just now it comes from inner peace. How easy is it for us then to acquire that inner peace? Though? Oh, God. Is that an ideal or something that's just floating there in the wind that we can't ever achieve? Or is it really possible for us to? Because
you just have to tell yourself. You just have to tell yourself too. You're gonna let it go no matter what. Because there's always something to stress you out.
Oh yes.
But don't nurture it. Don't make it fester. Heaven's sake, don't allow it to fester. Because for me personally, I hate to be angry. Not for a second. I don't want to be angry for a second. Honestly, because if I feel the anger coming on, I'm gonna tell myself, kick it, just let it pass. Because a moment of anger, you never know what you're doing in a split second of anger.
Yeah. I read something.
Let it go.
Yeah. I read something recently and I think I'm going to paraphrase it because when I see these things on Facebook, I try to keep them in some form, which is if it is that you're going to die the next day, something that if it would, some of the things that you're upset about now really be that important then. And it really caused me to just stop and think, because a lot of times we really get ourselves worked up over things that really in the end will not matter.
I mean, we're human beings, you know, and you will get upset. Upsetting things will come your way, but it's your reaction to it. It's
Right.
and I mean, initially you're gonna react angry, yes, but don't fester it. Let it go.
Let it go.
I mean, I keep using this illustration. I said, somebody bad drive you in Mandeville and you're heading to Kingston. Why on God's earth, even when you get to Kingston, Mr. the man down the Mandeville, in bad man, you're in Kingston, in the traffic, and you're still
almost 2
hanging
hours
on to it.
away but before that happened.
So you're in the traffic in Kingston, driving, and because you're so focused on what happened in Mandeville or in Portland, wherever you reach, you're crashing at somebody. Why? Because you were angry with somebody all the way in Mandeville. The distance between it. Let it go.
Yeah. As we're wrapping up, what then would you say is a 2-step process to ensure that we create this environment for laughter to exist that will then enhance our relationships?
Well,
2-step, just a 2-step process.
Work towards it by providing an environment. I mean, as I said, I use the illustration about money. And people think that work is stress, but try don't work, then you bring on more stress.
True.
And they said ignorance is bliss. It is not bliss. It's more blistering than anything else. So, I mean, if you know a lot of things, I mean, we could talk about this whole thing. For example, somebody is diabetic and they black out and that sort of thing. And you are trying to administer some medication to bring them around. But every time you approach that person, the boxing out the thing is out of your hand. But because, and they're staring you in the face, but the moment you put the thing to their mouth, they box it away and they move and start railing. The initial response is, why they won't take the medication? But if you know that it's a natural reaction
To that.
then you won't get angry and try to hit the person or to get, So study people's life, study people's behavior, get a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Because people with knowledge about certain things or certain responses, psychologists, there's a teacher can get a child to sit quietly with fingers on the lips, and you as a parent, you tell that child, put your finger on your mouth.
Not the same.
Wish you luck.
Yeah.
But because the teacher knows about how to get people. So education can help. Just put things in place to make things happy.
Thank you, Garfield. This was Making It Last podcast, and our conversation was about how can laughter enhance relationships. Let me trust that you got even one tip or tidbit to assist with creating that environment for the laughter to take place. Until next time, this is all about helping you to have better relationships, not just with ourselves, but with other people.
Mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, sisters and brothers, friends for life, won't live in the past. All I wanna do now is making it last.